Yo, peace and blessings, Facebook family. It's your boy here, Tim Hunter, from Philly Live Inspiration for Five. 5 minutes of inspiration designed to inspire and encourage and uplift you and motivate you to go on and be all that you are created to be. I want to take a minute to jump on again. I've been talking about purpose. I'm always talking about purpose. I'm always talking about destiny. And I'm always talking about becoming all that you were meant to be. I'm talking about fulfilling that process, living your dreams, and living the life that you deserve to live. Uh, Maximizing your full potential, your creative talents, rising to every occasion to be everything that you were created, saved, sanctified, and set apart to be, everything that God made you and intended for you to become. I was coming to the realization, though, I know a lot of people who are very successful. I know a lot of people who have great careers, making a lot of money, that are very successful by the world standards. What I've come to realize about a lot of people is that a lot of people aren't whole, though. They're broken, they're functioning in dysfunction. They've learned how to function being dysfunctional. They've learned how to function with their neuroses, with their idiosyncrasies. They've learned how to function in their dysfunction so they're able to get things done, even though they've never dealt with the issues, the underlying issues that cause them not to function to their full capacity and become all that God intended for them to become. My point today is that the most important thing you're going to do today, besides sitting with the Creator, sitting with the divine, sitting with God so that God can pour into you, just sitting with God so that God can speak to you, guide you and direct your footsteps, spending time with the Creator so that He can pour into you of Himself, right? Sitting with God. That's always number one. Sitting with the Creator, being still, being quiet, and giving Him an opportunity to give you divine direction. Outside of that, the most important thing you're going to do today is the work you do on yourself. With all the work that you do for everybody else, helping everybody else, meeting the needs of other people, caring about other people, making sure that other people are okay, making sure the job is done right, making sure you get to work on time, making sure you fulfill your obligations, your responsibilities, and perform your tasks and assignments well, you have to take care of you. You have to sit down with you and make sure that you're whole, that you're mentally well, that you're sound emotionally, that you're relationally sound, that you know how to interact with people in a pleasant, real, and polite way. I say that because I meet people all the time who are still broken, who have triggers, who can't cope, who can't deal with any kind of pressure, any kind of stress, any kind of thing that causes them to be uncomfortable. They don't function in it well because they've never learned how to function properly. In order to be whole, there's a guy who said something last week. I was listening to something and it kind of really made sense. And he called it the quadrifit. That means that you have to really be whole, and I like that because it really kind of speaks to my what I'm always trying to convey to people, and that is simply that you need to reach your full potential. You need to fulfill your God-given purpose. You need to fulfill the purpose for which God created you, so that you can reach the destination that God has for you, becoming everything that God created you to be. And so, in order to do that, you need to be fit. He called it a quadrifit. You need to be fit physically. You need to be in good health, so that you're not obese, so that you're not sick, and you're not in a state where you can't function physically well. You don't have the strength, the stamina, the energy to do what you're called to do. So you need to be fit physically. Then you need to be fit mentally. You need to be mentally well. You need to be mentally balanced. You need to be sound mentally. You need to have your wits about you. You need to be able to process information correctly. You need to be emotionally stable. So you need to be mentally fit. And then you need to be financially fit. You need to have your finances in order. You don't need to be in debt up over your head. You don't need to live beyond your means. You need to be financially fit too. You need to be earning a significant or a decent income so that you're financially able to do the things that you want to do, when you want to do them, how you want to do them. So you need to be fit in those areas. And then the fourth way you need to be fit is you need to be spiritually fit. You need to have a moral compass. You need to be connected to the divine. You need to serve a purpose higher than your own purpose. You need to be spiritually fit. And whatever that looks like for you, I mean, it could be meditating, it could be Whatever that spiritual connection you need to make that spiritual alignment with the creator of the universe, that spiritual connection with the essence behind all life, the force behind all life, whatever that spiritual connection is, everybody needs to have a spiritual connection, because the spiritual compass keeps you compassionate, keeps you forgiving, it keeps you loving, it keeps you balanced. It keeps you in sync with the creator of the universe. So you need to be quadra fit, physically fit, mentally fit, financially fit, and you need to be spiritually fit. And so when you're going about your day to day, at some point, take time to work on you. In all of those areas, just do some work on you. Just do some work on you to make sure that you're sound, that you're healthy, that you're well, and that you're producing what God put you on the earth to produce. It's going to take time, because everything takes everything takes time. Everything is a process, and the process is time. Everything takes time to develop. But if you don't put the work in to make you the best version of you, if you don't work on you a little bit each day, if you don't move the needle a little bit each day, then you'll never become all that God intended for you to become. So watch this. There is a podcast coming. My podcast is called Let's Move the Needle, because I believe that every day is an opportunity to grow, is an opportunity to expand your horizons. It's an opportunity for you to be more. What do I mean? Be more loving, be more compassionate, be more understanding, be more wise, be more business minded, be more constructive, be more helpful, be more joyful. Every day you want to be more, do more so you can have more. And I got that quote from Byron. Myron Golden always says, be more, do more so you can have more. So you want to be more, that's your identity. You want to do more, you want to have time to do it. And then you want to have more. It's the material, it's the stuff that we seek to have in life. We want to be more, do more, have more. So every day, take some time to work on you to be the best version of you can be. Get quadra fit in this season. Amen.